Yes, lads, welcome back to the channel, and in today's episode we're going to start a brand new career mode, and it's with a massive team hailing from Germany. Before we get into that, we are going to do the manager customization options. I normally don't show this. I just find it so boring. You're so limited in what you can do, and it becomes really placid after a while, as there's just not a lot of options to customize. You can't get yourself like purple hair, which is very limited. So we're going to go for the man in the hat as always, but we're going to change a couple of features. It's very uninteresting, but I feel like it's very necessary, as I have to look at this so much in a career mode, and so do you guys, to be fair. So may as well go all out with it and actually make it a little bit more interesting than it usually is. So I think we're going to go for like a black and yellow suit, because why not? Would be fulfilling Wiz Khalifa's wet dream, really. So yeah, we'll go for that. We'll just change the styles and everything. Why is there like items which aren't properly labelled on this game? Just goes to show how unfinished this game actually is. But yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna have the full black suit, then we're gonna have the typical manager attire of a yellow tie. Oh my god, you get this horrible ties on here. Yellow polka dot tie. Ugh. Couldn't think of anything worse than that. We're gonna have yellow socks as well, because I mean, we're all in at this point. You can't even tell, but we're all in for the career mode. And I think the title and this manager attire sort of gives away the team we're looking at. So this is the 2022 to 2023 season that we are aiming for. And yeah, we've got quite a few little things that I want to have a look at with it. So Borussia Dortmund is the team we're going to choose. All the promotions, all the relegations have been taken care of. So in this league, we'll have Schalke for the, what they call, Riverside Derbies, whatever it's called. And there is that team against Schalke. Obviously promoted last season from the Bundesliga 2. Got a decent team, but the team we want, Borussia Dortmund. I mean, they're not expected to win the league by any stretch of the imagination. But I mean, the top 2, top 3 every year is sort of where they're at the moment. They haven't won the league in quite a long time. But, you know, I mean, I think we've got a good chance of getting the top 3. But yeah, we'll do Borussia Dortmund. They've won the league not that many times, to be fair. I should have checked how many times before, to be fair. They haven't won a Champions League since 1997, when they famously won it with Paul Lambert in midfield. I mean, if you guys know who Paul Lambert is, imagine winning the Champions League with him in midfield. He was actually a decent footballer, although he's a terrible manager. So that's the career settings that we're going to take for this series. Ultimate difficulty, 5-minute halves. We're obviously in the Champions League this season, as far as I know, and we don't want international management offers, because international management is boring on FIFA. Not like FM, where you can simultaneously do 2 at the same time. It's just very limited, and you know, it is what it is. But yeah, we'll see the opening little like animation press conference thing. We're getting ready to hold up the Borussia Dortmund shirt. Tom H plays number 1. I'm sure the goalkeeper wouldn't be too pleased about that, to be honest. I'm pretty sure Gregor Kobal wears the number 1 jersey. But yeah, we're going to just sort out the little pre-season tournament nonsense before, because if you win it, you get 9 mil. If you don't win it, you get about 1 mil. So, you know, and everything helps. As Tesco or Asda say, every little helps. And yeah, guys, we've actually got a little tab here on the news section. So, world news: Borussia Dortmund appoint H plays as new boss. H plays. Oh dear. As you can tell, guys, I've got a very bad cold currently, and I sound like, I don't even know. Sound a lot deeper than usual, and it's really frustrating. So I apologise for that in advance. But you know, we'll swiftly move on with this career mode. And yeah, I mean, Borussia Dortmund appoint H plays, as I say. That's a fantastic little move for us. Never been in management before, as far as it seems. But yeah, we've got a big catalogue of content on the channel, and this is the latest one to feature. So we'll have a look at the team as we start this episode off. We've got a good team by the looks of it. We've got a few new players. Obviously, we've signed Seb Haller to the team for about 40 million euros from Ajax. More new players in terms of like youngsters and things like that. We've obviously signed a few new new goalkeeper. We've signed Adeyemi from RB Salzburg. We've signed Lotka from Hertha Berlin. He should be a higher rating, that Lotka. He's a fantastic young goalkeeper in real life. Obviously not Hertha Berlin's number 1 goalkeeper, but he's still decent. I think I sold him when I did the Hertha Berlin career mode, to be fair. We're going to go through the team, though, very quickly and just get rid of the players we don't want and loan out the ones that we do need to loan out. Look at the age, like 17 years old, 63 rated already. That's a future star. like already. For some reason, the game decided to sign Fernandinho because obviously there's no Brazilian clubs on the game or in career mode. So I just had to release him from Man City and he's gone straight to us. So I'm going to have to release him again. Very, very frustrating from the game that he's done that, but it just breaks the realism immersion a little bit. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, look at the players here. Bino Grittens, 16 years old, 65 rated. Another 16-year-old there. I mean, we're looking like a Catholic school at the moment. It's absolutely ridiculous. We've got so many youngsters in the squad and a massive age discrepancy between our oldest players and our youngest players. But yeah, we've got a very strong team, as you can see. Makoko's going to get loaned out this season. We've got Haller and Marlon to rely on as the strikers. And before we do anything, we're going to have a look at the season objectives, which we've set ourselves for this upcoming season. So the season 1 objectives. Ignore the spelling mistakes if there are any, but I don't think there is. Number 1 is finish inside the top 3 for your first season. Also make the final of the DFB Pokal. That should be relatively comfortable. Also, buy a replacement for Witsel whilst cutting down the squad and lowering the average age. We need to do that because this is an aging squad and we need a few youngsters to lower it, obviously. And the Witsel replacement is something we need because he was so important and integral to the way that Dortmund played their game. The third objective is your youth academy is key. Continue tradition by using a youth player at least 20 times this season. That's actually quite hard. It's harder than it seems. And the final one, you're renowned for our home fans, affectionately known as the Yellow Wall. Because of this, we expect you to go unbeaten at home during the league campaign. That's the hardest objective probably ever set, to be fair. Because I've got Bayern at some point, and they will absolutely obliterate us. They've obviously got Sadio Mane and not Robert Lewandowski anymore, but they've still got a ridiculous team. They've got all the transfers which they've made as of the 25th of July, 2022. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, guys. I'm not going to lie. I hope we can do it. We've got a few objectives as well. Not objectives, sorry, forfeits, which we're going to have a look at in a minute. But I feel like they're like reasonable objectives. Like compared to, like season 1 compared to some we've done before. Obviously with Real Madrid, they were quite difficult objectives. But the forfeits is where it gets even more interesting. And we start with, if you don't reach our league and cup objectives, then you'll have to stop the career mode after 1 season. That's actually quite a hard one to do. That's really upsetting if we don't get to do more than 1 season with Dortmund. Been waiting all year to do this one. Also, if you do not sign a Witsel replacement while lowering the average age of your squad, you have to sell your best young player and your best old player. So that'd be like, I don't know, Ruiz and Adiemi, for example. Third objective is if you don't use a youth player for 20 games a season, then you'll be required to do 500 push-ups on camera as punishment. Sounds fairly easy, guys, but trust me, 500 push-ups at 15 stone is not as easy as they would have you believe. And then the final objective, or sorry, final forfeit, I should say, you don't stay unbeaten during the league campaign, they'll be restricted in the next summer transfer window as you won't be able to spend more than £50 million. You know what, guys? I think they're a pretty good list of forfeits. It just makes the career mode a little bit more entertaining and fluid, and there's more riding on it if I just don't make my objectives, obviously. I'll get sacked on the career mode, that's about it. But 500 push-ups, that sounds horrendous. It really does. I can do about 50 in one go, but I can't do it 10 times over. But yeah, guys, that's the forfeits and objectives for the first season. I hope you find them at least a little bit interesting. And I mean, there's a lot riding on it, isn't there, to be honest? There's a lot riding on what we can do in this career mode. And we need to do it. We really do. So after looking at the season forfeits and objectives, we'll move on into the youth academy, which is one of the objectives which we've set ourselves. So the youth staff is something which I don't particularly do that often, especially with a big club like Dortmund. I don't do it enough. I did it with Hertha Berlin. I had a really good youth player called Robin Koch. Was it Robert? I think it might have been Tony. Tony Koch. Just pronounce his name properly so I don't get a strike against me. But yeah, we'll send our scouts to neighbouring countries. So we'll start off with obviously Germany, our home country. I think France is a perfect one. And then Belgium because, you know, World War II history, which makes sense to me. But yeah, we've got our scouts sent out, and I think we can do the 20 games a season, or the first season, sorry, with the youth player. But it's always difficult, innit? It always is. It always is. But the youth academy we've currently got is lacking tremendously. The highest rating is just over 50, and the lowest is 43. It's ridiculous. It really, really is. Also, we're going to sort out our scouting instructions, which, I very rarely do. I just hope for the best. Again, we're going to send our scouts to the 5 major leagues across Europe. So obviously, we've got Spain, we've got France, and then maybe to like another local country, like, well, not local, sorry, another faraway country where Brazilians usually thrive in the Bundesliga, such as Bobby Firmino and Rafael and players like that, Zé Roberto. So send a player there, a scout there, sorry, so we can see what we can get from Brazil. Also, we're going to change the instructions which they send out. So obviously we want a right midfielder because that's a right winger, I should say, because we've not really got one at the moment. The team's a little bit all over the place, a little bit wonky, a little bit jaded. Firstly, we want some promising youth players, so obviously lower that average age, which is very important. Also, we want some pre-contract potential players. Pre-contract's been ruined on this game. I don't know why they've done it, but you know, it's by the by, it is what it is. And then obviously we want the Witsel replacement, the defensive midfielder who can play as like a box-to-box type. Like, you know, like, I don't know, a player better than this, but someone like Decore or something like that. We don't want him. Someone like that who can play defensive thoroughly well, but can play attacking just as well regarding that. So yeah, we're going to simulate the first pre-season tournament. We've got Sevilla, Palmeiras and Sporting CP. We lose 2-0 to Sevilla and 3-0 to Palmeiras. And we're already out of that. That's ridiculous. I can't believe we're out of that already. But we are going to get welcomed to the squad by Marco Reus. And then we have a bid for Mats Hummels from Ajax, which we're going to reject because Mats Hummels, again, is integral to the foundations of this squad, the leadership role and the history. So one final sim against Sporting CP and we lose 4-0. It just got worse all the way through. Oh dear. This is not looking too promising so far, is it, guys? But yeah, we've set up the base of the squad at the moment, and obviously Schultz and Moukoko are leaving in this window. So the first monthly scouting update is actually here already to say. I've only just done it as well. It's not even been a month and it's already come about. So a few actual gems in this. Finn De Vos looks quite good as a good youth player. A few more players from this selection. I can't even say his name. Vishayan. It's very difficult to pronounce players from different leagues. And then Verbeke. Got a decent name. Sounds like Benteke. But yeah, we've got a good little youth system. Usually Dortmund bring through a lot of good young players. Obviously, I know Pulisic wasn't signed exclusively as like a 10-year-old, but he was brought through the youth academy. Same with Gio Reyna and players like that. We could have done an American youth scout, couldn't we? That's a missed opportunity. I'll do that later. But obviously, it's a few players we need to bring through at least one like 68, 69 rated player. And then I think we're sorted because that's realistic for them to play loads of games. If they're like 50 rated, it's not realistic for them to play such a limited amount of games in the season. But yeah, obviously we've got a good little setup going at the moment. So far, we've got some decent players already brought along. We've already sold a player. Marius Wolf has gone for £10 million. Lotka as well looks like he's going on loan. Obviously, Moukoko has gone on loan to Getafe as well. Why do Club Brugge have so much money on this game? I'm not even kidding. It's so weird when they have all this money available. We've also sold Schultz as well. Disappointing since he came in from Hoffenheim earlier on, I think like 2019, something like that. FIFA 19, FIFA 20, something like that. I think that's when he came in. He's been very disappointing either way since he's been in very injury prone. And then we've got a player that we're going to sign. The only player we're going to sign this episode, actually. We've got a big one to sign next episode to replace Witsel. But yeah, Joshua Wagnerman. He's very like heavily featured in the career mode world by like loads of people who just do youth rebuilds. He's 20 years old. He's been since he was 17, like at least 62 rated. So I think people have always gone for him, which I understand because like he's a good player. He's a talented player, and obviously he plays for Hamburg, so he's in the Bundesliga too. And I think it just makes sense that he moved to us at this point in his career. He's 20 years old. He needs a little bit more of a challenge in a higher division. I think they're in Bundesliga 2 anyway. I can't remember if I promoted him or not. I don't even know if they've got promoted. I think they lost the playoff match to Hertha Berlin, to be honest. But yeah, I think he deserves to play in a higher league. We've obviously got Mori and Mounier as our right wing-backs. Not a lot of depth there. Not a lot of talent there, really. Mounier's really dropped off since his PSG days. Mori looks like a talented young right-back from Spain. But I think this man could be our right-back for the entire of the career mode. So yeah, it just makes sense to me that we bring in a player like of his talents, really, I should say. And yeah, we've agreed the fee, 4.3 million for him. We've agreed a rotation role, 5-year length. He wants an 8 million release clause. I'm not doing that, mate. You're worth about 3 mil, but I'm not doing that. That's proper stupid. You'd be like a 75, 76 at the end of the season. He wants 14.5k a week, 130k signing on bonus. And welcome to the club. The first signing of the Borussia Dortmund series, Joshua Wagnerman. But I digress, guys. We're going to go into the first game of this new career mode. And yeah, it's the Super Cup against Bayern Munich. So the first bit we have to get through is the press conference, of course. But Bayern is such a horrendous first game in the career mode because they're just so damn good. I remember losing a quarter-finals with them. I think I might have been Fulham. I lost to them. Or in the round... No, it was Everton. Quarter-finals with Everton. They were just so good against me. It was just so difficult to play against. And obviously, it's not going to be fun this game either. Hopefully we can get the win. And the first trophy of the save in the first episode. But I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm extremely doubtful. Because Bayern's team is just... It's far and away better. It really is. It's not even a competition at this stage of reality. Bayern are just a much, much bigger side than any other team in Germany. So that's the press conference over, guys. We are going to move on into this aforementioned first game of the episode, the Super Cup final, which we automatically qualified through winning the DFB the year before or finishing second. I can't remember which one. And we are in the first game. We see the Piszczek Tifo as the former Dortmund captain on the Tifo stanchion. We've got Bayern Munich at the Signal Iduna Park. So our team is as followed. Gobal starts in goal. Got the back five of Morey, Hummels, Sula, Akanji and Guerrero. Midfield two of Bellingham and Chan, and the forward three of Reina, Royce as captain, and the big man on his debut, Sebastian Haller. So we'll all see the Bayern Munich team as well. Look at the Dortmund fans there. They're buzzing for such a big occasion in the clubs. I mean, it's not a big occasion. It's a big occasion for this season so far. It could be the only final we're in. As I say, we'll see the Bayern team. Of course, Neuer starts to go. They've got the 4-2-3-1 formation. A really, really strange defence with Tolisso at right back, even though they've got Mazraoui from Ajax down. They've got De Ligt, Hernandez and Davies as the rest of the defence. Kimmich, Goretzka, Gnabry, Sane and Muller as the midfield five. And recently signed Luka Jovic as the leading man. So in the 16th minute they do get a chance. Muller's got the ball, plays it inside towards Goretzka. Jovic is through on goal. It's a great save by Kobal. Comes back out towards Kimmich and the shot is hit wide from the former Leipzig youth product. So pick up in the 32nd minute. Haller's got the ball, finds Reina. We're through on goal. Davies is nowhere near him. It's a chance for Reina against Neuer. And we're 1-0 up inside 34 minutes at the Signal Iduna Park. Wonderful start to the game. Gio Reyna with a wonderful goal. The American international. Great shooting for an American. Excellent goal. Not the only time you're going to hear that joke in this career mode. That's for sure. Brilliant, brilliant goal. And we are indeed 1-0 ahead. In the 42nd minute, Haller gets a chance with a header. And Neuer makes a smart save to tip it away from the goal. We're talking to Nico Schlotterbeck on the sideline, the new signing. Just to reaffirm you guys, we have got all the signings for Dortmund already. But we do get into the corner. Haller jumps again. Goretzka wins it this time. Comes back out to Guerrero. Royce has got it now with a finesse shot at the angle. It's an excellent effort by Royce. And Neuer watches it fly past his far post. Excellent effort though by Marco Royce. And it's a brilliant, brilliant effort, as I say. Very, very unfortunate. And yeah, that's the first half, guys. 1-0 to us in the first half. I'm surprised that we're actually winning. But Gio Reyna with the important goal so far. And we'll pick back up a little bit later in the second half. So the first highlight of the second half comes to Bayern Munich. Goretzka plays it into Muller. Sane's got the ball now. Back in towards Muller. Chance on goal off the crossbar. And then cleared away by Guerrero and Chan. Now Royce has got the ball now. Plays a lovely switch to Reyna. Intercepted by Davies. Hummels wins the header on the follow-up. Bellingham through towards Haller. He's got a chance against Tolisso. Beats Hernandez with the ball roll. Chance against Neuer from distance. It's a great save by the German number one. So back in the 75th minute, Tolisso plays the ball out wide towards Sadio Mane. He was looking for the pass across the box. Brilliant ball in. Sansei misses it, but Sane does not. It wasn't tracked on the back stick by Wagnerman, making his debut off the bench. And it's a poor goal to concede from Leroy Sane as the full-time whistle almost goes. So 81 minutes on the clock. Marlon's got the ball. Needs to cut inside his man. Beats Hernandez. A chance on goal. Can he beat Neuer from here? It's wide of the post. He should be scoring that. Marlon should. And then in the final attack of the game, Bayern get the ball cleared away by us. And the final whistle goes for a penalty shootout. Such a cruel way for a football match to end for either side. It's been an excellent encounter, to be fair, at the, what's it called, Signal Iduna Park. I nearly called it BVB Stadion. I can't remember what it's called. It's one of the two. Yeah, the Signal Iduna Park. Very, very difficult game as a first episode, and then we'll see what we can do in this penalty shootout. No extra time, of course. The cup just goes straight to that. And I think we deserved it. I really think we deserved to win that. Ruiz will take the first penalty for us. Mane will take it for them. Then Sane will take the next. And we need to start off well. So Ruiz steps up with the first penalty against Neuer. His international teammate, he slots it. Wonderful penalty by Marco Reus. Now Sadio Mane steps up to take it against Kobal. Sends it wide. That's a poor penalty from the former Liverpool man. Now Marlon steps up to take it against Neuer. Changes his mind and Neuer guesses the right way. He didn't change his mind. Now Leroy Sané with a penalty. The left-footed demon with a wonderful penalty into the corner. Now we've got Adeyemi taking it on for Haller. Can he score his penalty? Sends it the same way as Neuer, who makes an easy stop. Now Muller's got a chance to put Bayern ahead. On the night, he sends Kobal the wrong way. Cool as you like from Muller. Now Hummels gets a chance to level the scores for Huz. And he sends Neuer the wrong way. Brilliant penalty by Mats Hummels. But the former Bilbao man Sunset takes his penalty and he sends Kobal the wrong way. And now it's all down to the former Bayer Leverkusen protege, Emre Can, who gets the penalty against Neuer. He decides to go down the middle. Bayern Munich have won the Super Cup on our home turf, the Signal Iduna Park. And it's disappointing. It really, really is. A quick look at the match facts after the disappointing outcome to the game. And yeah, we see we deserve the game on the outlook of the performance in terms of shots. We had less possession, which is fair enough. 0.1 expected goal less. Doesn't really matter. And Leroy Sané walks away with the man of the match off Marco Reus, who was the better player, just didn't score. So, guys, it is what it is. FIFA's a cruel mistress sometimes. Penalties are ridiculous, nonetheless. And that's all I can talk about this game. We'll move on into the second and final game of this episode. And it's the first Bundesliga game of the season, 2022 to 2023. And we've got Eintracht Frankfurt on match day 1. So we'll see our team before we kick off. It's the 5-4-1, as you would expect. Kobal starts in goal, of course. The back 5 is Meunier, Süle, Hummels, Schlotterbeck and Guerrero. Midfield 2 of Dahoud and Bellingham. Then the forward 3 of Reus, Hazard and Marlon. So the first out of the game comes towards Eintracht Frankfurt in the 14th minute. Borré's got the ball. Quick 1-2 between him and Morelos. Looking for the inside pass towards Kamada, who finds the pass inside towards Borré. It's a wonderful save by the keeper, and Kostic's ricochet saved again by Kobal. In the 25th minute, though, Pansensia finds the Japanese Cruyff, who plays it back towards Lindstrom, who hits one from distance. It's ricocheted off Niklas Süle, and that is such a cruel way to go 1-0 behind in this game. Poor start to the game by us, and we really need to pick up with the next highlight of the game, which comes along from a free kick as Guerrero steps up to take it, looking for the inside pass towards Hazard, who finds a first-time pass towards Bellingham on the weak foot, and Bellingham makes it 1-1 in the game. Brilliant goal by the former Birmingham City midfielder Jude Bellingham, and that is a wonderful response to a poor start to the game. And yeah, very, very nice to see. Very, very well taken by Bellingham, our star midfielder, and it is 1-1 in the game so far. So re-pick up again in the 35th minute. Bellingham again coming away with the ball. Look at the inside pass towards Dahoud. Mahmoud Dahoud plays it out wide towards Guerrero, who's nearly dead in this game, to be fair. He's absolutely shattered. Look for the inside run of Marlon, who gets past his man Ndicka on the weak foot again. And Doniel Marlon fires it past the Eintracht Frankfurt captain Kevin Trapp. And we're one goal up again, 2-1 up in the game. It's a brilliant goal by Doniel Marlon. A wonderful assist as well by Guerrero, who's been instrumental in the game so far. But it's a wonderful goal, as I say, by Marlon to put us 2-1 ahead going into the interval for the first half. And it's not too bad, to be fair. It's not too bad at all. We obviously need to keep this up. And we'll restart in the second half with the first highlight, which comes the way of us. So in the 6th, 7th minute, Dahoud is breaking away with the ball, finds the pass towards Reus, who's past Hinteregger. A chance against Kevin Trapp. He hits it across him. Low-driven shot, and that is basically game, set and match. 3-1 to us. Reus with a goal, and Reus has been exceptional so far in the opening 2 games of this season and series. Brilliant goal, and we do get the all-important match day 1 victory, but not before we get the final highlight of the game with Julian Brandt, who finds Adeyemi 1-1 with Trapp, who dinks the keeper, and it's just wide of the post. Karim Adeyemi, the Salzburg man, very, very unfortunate not to score there. But, you know, it is what it is. We've already won the game. And you'll see the full-time whistle go as we win 3-1. And very nice result. Yeah, very good result in front of the home crowd at the Signal Iduna Park. And dream start, really. Dream start sort of scenario for us in the league. 3-1 against a decent side in Eintracht Frankfurt. Not really recovered in terms of goals since they replaced their star man Andre Silva last season. But, you know, I mean, we've still had a decent run this episode as far as I'm concerned. And I'm actually thrilled with how the team's performed. We're unlucky not having more expected goals, but Kobal was exceptional against this Frankfurt attack. 2 of their expected goals did come in the same attack, though, so I think that's a bit unfair to label them the superior team. 6 saves, though, for Gregor Kobal. Wonderful goalkeeper all round. I loved him on the Everton career mode. If you've got a bit of free time, check that one out for us, please. Quick little plug. He's in that at the Season 2 mark. But yeah, excellent performance again, as I say. And we're now into the final few minutes of this episode of the Borussia Dortmund career mode. So, as we can see, Joshua Wagnerman is now retrained to be a right wing back. I've got an offer for Giovanni Reina, which I'm not going to accept, because why would I? Like, Giovanni Reina is such an important player, especially for the future of this club. But, you know, it's by the by. It's irrelevant. What this game does, just things like that, which are very silly when they offer for players like that, 'cause you're never going to sell them unless it's a stupid amount of money, which it never is. But as you can see at the end of the episode 1 final climax, we are actually second in the league after 1 game in the league, behind TSG Hoffenheim, who actually won their game by 3 goals and are now top of the league. I'm not bothered really. Just, you know, it is what it is. We'll have a look at the transfer hub of the targets for next episode. A few players in mind. Obviously, we want to replace that Witzel role. Stagler's the first one from VfL Wolfsburg. Sorry. Thomas Partey is another one linked away from Arsenal. Sorry, I should say. Danjo Paredes is another one. And then finally, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. That's a perfect one. That's the Serbian hullet right there. 6'3", an absolute unit. Brilliant on the ball, brilliant in the middle, excellent athleticism all around. I feel like he'd be the perfect Axel Witsel replacement if we really wanted him. And I think we've got the money to afford him as well, to be fair. We've got around £69 million, £69.07 million. We're on a massive profit this season, and we've literally just kicked off. The club worth's 1.13 billion as well. And yeah, that looks quite promising, to be fair. It's about 75 million, I'd say, with the wage budget alteration, which we can add. But yeah, excellent first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, guys. I say guys too much. I hope you guys enjoyed it, of course. We'll have a look at the calendar for the next episode. So we'll start off with an away game against SC Freiburg. A home game then against TSG Hoffenheim. 2 clubs heavily linked with Oliver Baumann. I don't know why I've mentioned that, but it's just a fact. We'll finish August and the transfer window after that. The return game after that in September will be against Bayer Leverkusen. Then got a first game in the Champions League against Sporting CP away from home. A home game against Union Berlin will follow after that. An away game against Borussia Mönchengladbach. And then a home game against Ajax of Amsterdam, which will be probably the hardest game of the episode because they've got a very good team. Obviously, Seb Haller's former team, and he will return against them. So, guys, I really appreciate watching the Borussia Dortmund Career Mode Episode 1. I hope you can stick with me all the way through. It'll get very interesting, and I'll catch you the next one very, very soon, guys. Stay safe. See you soon.